Welcome to NGS, where we dive into my hobbies, such as playing cards. For those who do not know, I am a huge horror movie fan, and I have 3 top horror movies in my list, and those 3 being The Thing, The Shining, and Zombieland. Yeah, I know, Zombieland kind of stands out a little bit there. I have my reasons why Zombieland is up there, but Zombieland is one of my favorite movies of all time. But The Shining is number 2 on that list. And this right here is a deck by The Art of Play, which pays a lot of homage to The Shining. Example number 1 being that this is the maze outside of the Overlook Hotel on both sides, this side and this side. We have here a void if removed, but I cut it so I avoided that. And there is a keyhole. The maze, the hedges of the maze are raised, so it's embossed. Same thing on this side. And it's the color of, the hedges. It's a very, very like muddy green. On this side, it is blank with nothing. On this side, it is also blank with nothing. On the top, we just have the top of that seal that has the keyhole. And on the bottom, it is also blank and has nothing. No tag, no barcode, no nothing. So let's go ahead and crack into this because this design is obviously a less is more, and I dig it because I love The Shining. They really could have done anything with this, and if it's The Shining, I'm in. So let's crack into these bad boys. Here is the flap with nothing on it, and the tabs also have nothing on it, and the inside is still that green material. For those of you who have seen The Shining, this will become easily recognizable for you. This is the carpet pattern that Danny's riding around on the bike on, and playing catch with ghosts and playing cars on. Very iconic. I have a few things of my own that have this same pattern on it because of The Shining. And let me tell you, I would have never thought to put this on a deck of playing cards, and I am dumb for not thinking of that. This is awesome. There are no borders, no outlines, so whenever you spread the deck or you do a fan like I did earlier, it looks awesome. I also forgot to mention that this deck is actually one way. While it looks like they all are, symmetrical, let's take this card right here, the 2 of spades, and we'll put it in the opposite direction. And look at that. Is that your card? Yeah, so if the orientation is flipped, you can tell by this hard line right here. So let's go ahead and look at the faces. We have here what seems to be like 3 cut cards. Normal backs. This right here is the outside of the Overlook Hotel. This right here is just a plain red cut card. A card that you put on the bottom of the deck when playing poker or blackjack so the players cannot see the bottom of the deck. No man is an island entire of itself. Normal back. And there's the Ace of Spades with it looks like a maze. I guess you could call it the Ace of Maze. Billy Mays here. And then we have like the keyhole here, which I assume is a reference to room 237 from The Shining. Fun fact, the first apartment I lived in, my apartment room was 237, and I was very sad and disappointed to leave that room because I loved having that room number for obvious reasons. If we look at the pips on the indices, the spade is a very sharp, like it curves in as it gets to a very tight point. The font is very blocky and no curves. No curves! Here is the number cards. And here we get to the court cards, which are showing off their colors of green, red, and orange. The red and orange being a reference to the back, and the green probably being a reference to the hedge maze. But they are still the generic default bicycle court cards. They are really missing an opportunity if they do not make Jack one of the Jacks. Come on, the Jack Torrance on a typewriter for the Jack, that would have been awesome. But it is what it is. And then we have this other card in the back, which is just the maze on a yellow and green color scale. I am really surprised by how many free cards you get in here. Nonetheless, it's always a good thing to get extra cards, be it gaff cards or cut cards or duplicates. But this deck is awesome. This deck was a gift for Valentine's Day from my fiance, and I am super happy with it. She knows what I like. This is one of those decks that I really want to use, but I'm not going to, because I also simultaneously do not want to use it. While I do love this deck and the backs and the extra cards that are given, I do think they missed an opportunity to do some custom court cards with like Jack Torrance or Wendy Torrance or Danny, or even the Grady sisters. They're not twins, they're sisters. They are, I think, 2 years apart. They are not twins, guys. They're not the f***ing Grady twins. I don't know why I put them away. We gotta do the blacklight test. I gotta get used to this. Alright, blacklight test. Well, it's a shame the backs do not glow. What about the fronts? Nope. I mean, they vaguely glow a little bit, but that's just on account of them being white. But I'm wanting them to glow like this one does. But yeah, they do have a white limited edition version. I may eventually get that and do a showcase on that one. But until then, these will absolutely do. I do not think these are available, but if they are, I will leave a link in the description below. If you're interested, go down there and see if it's there. If it's not, then you're gonna have to get it through secondary markets, like eBay. Here's Johnny, and I cannot wait to see you write her back in the next video. I would also like to point out that, coincidentally, I happen to have a Overlook Hotel shirt on today.
You're dealing with the ghost. We are spitting facts, so don't mistake it with the boast. Looking for a lethal injection, we got the dose. We are giving the chills from your head down to your toes. You're trying to touch us, but you're dealing with the ghost.